The president-elect moments ago tweeted out about his electoral college victory. We did it. Thank you to all of my great supporters. We just officially won the election, parentheses, despite all of the distorted and inaccurate media. Also, I think he means dishonest or whatever, expletive deleted. Joining me now, one of the 16 Michigan electors who voted for Donald J. Trump today. He is Brian Fairbrother. Also with us, Pulitzer-Prize winning columnist for the New York Post, Michael Goodwin. Great to have you both here. And Brian, let me start with you. And by the way, congratulations. Another thing, by the way, I've just got to bring attention to this. Donald Trump's tweet may not be remarkable to some, but anyone who has lived through these past 8 years with the current occupant of the White House, who is so used to, as am I, hearing a president use first-person singular repeatedly, unendingly, forever. I just can't tell you how nice it is. Brian, I want to extend a personal thank you to you for voting for a man who's willing to say we and us and our and bring us all in. So congratulations first. And secondly, how did it feel to get there? Because I know you were harassed, you received death threats. How does it feel tonight?
Well, first of all, Lou, thank you very much for having me on the show. I think really what happened today is after a cold, long winter of President Obama's failed liberal policies, America is ready for springtime.
That's poetic. I love it.
Yeah,
now,
how
does it feel to have resisted all of those death threats and all of the harassment? And frankly, how much of that was there?
Well, we received, my fellow Republican electors and I received tens of thousands of emails, thousands of letters through the United States Postal Service, and hundreds of Facebook requests. And just today, I actually received a Facebook message from an individual saying that they wished my mother would have had an abortion. And things like that are hurtful. Things like that are very hurtful. Luckily, my mother's very pro-life, so I'm good.
Well, and you are a monument to her ideology and philosophy and belief.
Yeah. I try.
Well, you done good. So, as did she. Let's turn to this. I mean, some people were dismissing what was going on with electors like Brian today as harassment from the left. It was so much more than that. I mean, death threats. This is a left that I think means to take on Donald Trump, his White House, in perpetuity.
You're absolutely right, Lou, and I can certainly sympathize with Brian. I mean, that thing about his mother. I mean, I get that stuff all the time from the left. I mean, it's unbelievable the things people will sign their names to and say, you know, I hope your children get cancer. I mean, they say these things and sign their names as though this is a political comment. This is sick, but this is the left. This is the modern left today. And thankfully, it was beaten again today. It was defeated by the Electoral College vote because its aim was to overturn the election. It failed, just as Hillary Clinton failed. They lost again today.
They lost again today, and as I pointed out, for a third time against one man who stood up to take on the status quo, the globalists, those who really, I think, abhor all that is America, frankly. Brian, in Michigan, your state is going through went through a tremendous change and embraced the Republican Party and certainly its candidate. And is it your sense that the Democratic Party is diminishing significantly in Michigan, or is it that the Republicans are in ascension?
Absolutely. The Democratic Party has been losing ground in the state of Michigan for years now. Today, I'm happy to report that the Republicans control the state House, the state Senate, the governor's and Attorney General's office, as well as the Michigan Supreme Court. So Democrats have been losing ground in the state of Michigan for at least the last 5 years.
And that is obviously, as I said, happening across the country. We're looking at a Democratic Party. Michael, they haven't been in this mess for nearly 100 years.
Well, look, and as I said in my column, Lou, it's well-deserved.
Your column in the
New York Post.
In the New York Post.
And Fox News. The Clinton-Obama regime, remember, it was supposed to last forever, sort of 1,000 years Reich almost. That
Obama was also going to be post-racial.
That's right.
It turned out to be post-truth.
Yeah. Obama was going to pass the torch to Clinton. They were going to have the Supreme Court. The regulatory state was going to have free reign. And as it turns out, they had nothing new to say. Her only idea was more of the same failing medicine. And really, their ideas had run their course, and it's clearly time for them to go.
Bill Clinton, Brian said, and I'd like to close with this, because it shows you the depth of incomprehensibility on the part of the left. Bill Clinton said that Donald Trump doesn't know much, but he does know how to, paraphrasing him, how to garner the anger of white men. Brian, with that kind of thinking, that kind of eloquence, the left doesn't have much left to do they?
You know, Donald Trump attracted support from all different groups. It wasn't just men and it wasn't just white people. So that kind of talk is, in my opinion, it's toxic to our political culture.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's toxic to truth and toxic to what America is.
Yeah, it's
you get
toxic
the last word.
To America.
Well, when Bill Clinton said that, he apparently was quite angry himself, and it made me wonder, is he secretly admitting that he voted for Donald Trump? Here he is, another angry white man himself.
You know, when that's the best that Bill Clinton can muster, it's over in my opinion for the Democratic Party. Brian, I'm delighted that you were able to vote, and I'm delighted that you have such an understanding mother, and she done good. Brian Fairbrother, well, thanks for being with us. Michael Goodwin,
thanks for having me, Lou.
You betcha. And come back soon. And